The two men were competing in the Ironman competition but died in separate incidents. They were taking part in a 1.9 kilometre sea swim when they got into difficulties shortly before 7:30 this morning. The length of the course had been reduced by organisers earlier due to current conditions. One man was in his 60s, the other in his mid-40s. Both were pronounced dead at the scene. It's understood one man was Irish but living in the UK, the other was from Canada. In a statement posted online, the organisers, Ironman Ireland, said safety personnel provided immediate medical attention upon recognising the athletes were in need of assistance. They shared their greatest sympathies with the families and friends of the athletes and will continue to offer them their support.
Farmers are being encouraged to talk more openly about their mental health after new research found it's one of the biggest problems faced by those working in agriculture.
The charity Farm Safety Foundation says 94% of farmers under the age of 40 have poor mental well-being. It says the impact of COVID, Brexit and rising costs of living are leading to depression and anxiety, Bill Connell reports.
Happy New Year, guys. What a run 2023 was. I truly pushed myself, I truly went the distance, and I truly gave it my all. But I've got a lot more to give in 2024, so I'm excited to do that. We're milking away here. I just want to thank everyone who supported me over the last year. I hope you all have a great 2024, but it's a new year, same grind. Let's go, ladies! Happy New Year!
Good morning, guys. It has just gone 22 minutes past 3. It is the 15th of February, yes, because it's the day after Valentine's Day. Not that I done much anyway, other than work. But yeah, we're up here. We're heading up to Loch Farm here. Big mug of tea to get the day started. So Loch Farm is where I'm farming, and we're in the midst of lambing at the minute. So I start work at 5 milking. So I'm flying up here to get sheep fed, have a pet lamb to feed, and just get everything checked. So sleep has been non-existent, especially when I do the night shift milkings. But I'm basically like, because I live at home and I don't live at the farm, the range that I'm not there is like from like 11 PM till like 3:30. So there's like 4 show hours that I'm home, depending when I'm working nights. But it's always the way that when you get up here, this is when everything's flipping lambs, then 4 hours if you're not there. But sure, we'll see how we go. It's been going well so far. We're about halfway through.
So yeah, just up in the, what I like to call the farm office. More like a gym at the moment, bit of a mess. But heating up some water to get milk for this pet lamb. There's the 3:45 alarm going off. And as I was coming in there, I seen yo's lambs that are supposed to be in a field out running about. It's always the way, they're getting low on grass, so they always like to move themselves. But
it's hard to beat the smell of warm milk on a cold, rainy morning like that there. It's only a day old, so I'm only feeding it a wee bit at a time. I always find little and often sort of the best way to do it when they're young. So the best way to do it. So that's 250 mils. I'll see what it drinks out of that. Morning, guards. Good morning, ladies. Just doing a wee bit of silence over there. Check the big pen here, see if anything's loud. There you go, Irene. No, over here. There's a few more to come in here. There's how's it going? Morning. Morning. How's it going, girl? Great, Ken. Get him with the bottle here. Hi, boy. Come here. Come here, wee boy. There you go. There you drink. Aye. Get away Instagram story, boy. You don't follow me on Instagram, this is what you're missing out on. Makes the story so people know you're out of bed. They know what works for them. That'll heat you up anyway, boy. Cold old morning like that there. Something similar to what my cup of tea does. Get some of these here racks filled up. Keep them going until I get back up. What do you think, Garrett? These here were born last night. Sort of just getting on their feet. On the Vaseline here. My lips have been taking a serious beating with this weather. And lack of sleep I always find. See, when I have lack of sleep, well, not that I have much sleep at all during the normal dipping months of the year, especially come lambing time. A lot of times I end up sleeping in my Jeep and all while I'm down here. I feel my skin flares up, my lips get all dry and bad. Well, my hands are bad enough as it is, but I'm trying to get them better. But on the Vaseline here to try and freaking stop them being so sore. It has just gone 10:30 and that's me finished milking and feeding, so that was what, like 5 hours this morning. So 10:30 I start work again at 12:30, so I have 2 hours here to go get sheep fed, get myself fed, and just double check everything, make sure everything's alright, because I'm going to be working from 12:30 right through to like 7:30. So I'm not going to get back up to the sheep until 8 o'clock probably. So I'm going to go and get myself a fry here for I can do with the energy. I have a long day on Thursday, so I usually get myself a fry. From Central Delhi, boy. Superflat. The weather is not super flat, it is a disaster. So it miserably rains, just resting. And then you carry it off here. Thanks to me, boy. You were lit. I'm gonna go into the shop here and stink it out. My water suit. Ruin everyone's morning. I've got myself a 7-piece fry here, boys. Looks the job. 2 sausage, bacon, 2 egg, hash brown, potato bread, beans. Who knows if that's 7 or what. The only downfall is wooden fork, but look, we're saving the environment, you know what I mean? We're doing our bit. Happy Thursday. Takes the calories when you're an athlete. So the start of this video was kind of looking back at 2023 and what sort of a year that was for me. And to be honest, 2023 was pretty, I'm not going to say life-changing, but in terms of mindset, I think I grew a lot through it. 2022 for me was very up and down. You know, it wasn't that I wasn't working. You know, I never slacked on the work. If anything, I was working harder. But something just didn't feel right. Well, not coming into the end of 2022. It wasn't that I felt like something. I just didn't feel great. And that's fine. That happens. So going into 2023, I knew that something had to change. I had to do something. And so I said to myself, there was going to be no more what ifs. There was going to be no more maybes. If I wanted to do something, I was going to do it. And I was going to lock in to my goals and stop talking about them. I do a lot of talking, and there's times I think I talk too much and I'm not putting the right amount of action in. And you know, yes, I am working hard and all, but am I tailoring it towards that goal? Am I focusing on that solely? And you know, the sacrifices have to be paid, and I have paid them sacrifices throughout my life. I've had relationships break down, I've lost friends. You know, this type of grind, this type of work, people don't always see eye to eye to. And then when you start adding in, you want to do marathons and you want to do triathlons as well as working 80 hours a week, people call you crazy and you're mad and that and all the rest of it. And that's fine. People are going to say that, and I accepted that. And sometimes you just have to take the leap of faith. Like, so yeah, I knuckled down. I cut out the distractions. I just went for it. And through the process of training for them things, and I'm still training now. I've Paris Marathon coming up here in April. You know, you grow so much as a person. And for me, although I am not balanced, I am far from balanced, and people will slander me for that and say that it's not good, and it's not good to not sleep, and it's not good for my head. I know that, but unfortunately there's no way around it. You know what I mean? Nobody lands at the top of the mountain. You have to climb it, and you have to put in the work, and you have to be unbalanced. If you're balanced on a seesaw, you're sitting at the same level. And you can be unbalanced in a bad way and be at the bottom of the seesaw, or you can be unbalanced in a good way and be at the top of the seesaw. And you know, it's not that it's going to be like this for the rest of my life. I'm a young man. This is the time to do it. This is the time to push my limits. This is the time where I don't have the responsibility of children, and I'm still living at home currently. Although, if you spoke to my mother, she was not too happy about that. But so this is the time for me to knuckle down, and that's what I decided to do in 2023. And you know, it paid off, and I learned a lot, and I grew so much as a person. Like, and I put myself, I wanted to see what my limit was. I really wanted to see how far I could go, and through that I learned that there is no limit. There is no limit. It is only a perception of our minds. Through work, discipline, we can smash through all of them limits. And it's like climbing the mountain. You get to the top, there's another mountain. It never stops. Unfortunately, that's sort of the way life is. But as I was saying, I've done a lot of talking. And Nick Bear said something that really stuck with me, and it was, if you're going to talk about setting the bar high, you must be able to hold it. And that's true. And for me, I've constantly lacked, I wouldn't say lacked in self-confidence, but I've had like I explained this to a girl one time. She asked me, how do you do it? How do you keep going? And I said, a crippling sense of insufficiency. it's true. And as sad as that may sound, I have always feared being mediocre, and I've always feared not being good enough. And that can be a blessing and not a curse. But for me, the only way to get over that is to build the evidence that I am who I say I am, which is by doing the work. And so that's what I set out to do in 2023. And that was only the warm-up. This year already, we're only into February 15th. That's what I said. Yes, 15th. And, you know, already I'm pushing as hard as I can. And I'm not going to stop because I am hungry for it all. And you can call that selfish, or you can call it whatever you want. But for me, climbing that mountain, it's more about the climb, it's more about the journey. But also, I want to plant a flag on top of that mountain. I want that flag to be the biggest. And I also want it to be the nicest. And I also want it to last the longest. You know, I think there's more to this whole game of life than just the norm. So yeah, rant over, but that's what 2023 was for me. So we're gonna be super flat in 2024. I'm gonna give it my all yet again, lay it all on the table, do my best, and that's all you can do. And hopefully through me documenting this and, you know, talking about it, you know, it's not for me. Well, it is to a point. You can't say it's not, but hopefully it'll inspire others, because I think there's a lot of people out there that just follow the norms but don't. They want to go after things, they will have dreams, they have goals, and they're just scared. And hopefully if they see me, a normal person, you know, 4 years ago I had nothing. Taking a tractor there. 4 years ago I had no farm, I had no animals, I had no nothing, I had no business ID, I had no nothing. I was just a kid with a dream, and it shows that no matter what that dream is, if you go off the beaten path and you go after it, you can make it happen. And I am nowhere near have made it happen yet, but I am on the journey. And I am like, if you had said to me 4 years ago that I'd be where I am now, I would have said no way, or I would have going mad, you know, joy. Whereas now I'm like, oh, I'm not good enough. So sometimes you need to take a step back and look at where you've come, how far you've come. Celebrate the small wins, but don't stay on them for too long, because you have to keep moving, because this game is so fast. But yeah, rant over, or shot over. We're going to feed the sheep here, Superflat. 2024 is going to be a big one. I'm hoping to bring you all along with me for it. We've got some big things planned. And as I said, currently training for Paris Marathon, which is going to be great. So that's sort of where the fitness is at. I'll keep something to do with that thing. Superflat. So I had to leap right into action as soon as I got here. I had a yo lamb up at the top here, and let's just say our lamb's not doing that great. She actually lambed outside and ended up having to tube him. Could really do them under a heat lamp, but I have no electric down here, and I have another one under a heat lamp up at the office, so I'll just have to sit here for a while. But I've got them all fed. I need bedded, but I'll do that tonight. And I'm gonna run on to work here. I start at 12:30 and it's 12:15 or something, so gonna run on to work. That'll do for this video. That's pretty much how my morning's going into 2024. Nah, man. Just